Look, I get it. Sometimes getting a production team at the moment might not seem like the best move. It's not cost efficient and it's not time efficient. But in this video, I'm going to show you a simple way to generate high quality AI creatives that will beat 99% of your competition. And the best part is, it's going to be time efficient, cost efficient, it's really fast and straightforward. I'm going to show you all the tools that you need, some examples and ideas that you can start implementing today to start running these high quality AI creatives. So first, you want to go to a website called fal.ai. So this website is where you can find all the latest models, image generation, videos generation that we will be using on this video. In the past, AI models were still figuring out their way into the market, let's say. But right now, we have pretty much one or two AI models that we'll use throughout this whole process. The AI I'm going to use in this video is the latest GPT Image 2 model. It can edit, it can create the images from scratch that we'll be using to generate these creatives that we'll be using for the advertising. The example I'm going to be making right now is going to be a before and after image of a carpet to hardwood floors conversion. So let's say we have this after image of a hardwood floor. Right? What we're going to be doing first with AI is making a before image. So we're going to be telling AI to edit this image to only change the floors to make it carpet. And then we will use these two images for the actual ad that we're going to be making with AI as well after this. What I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to basically what I just told you, I'm going to say to Claude, you can also use ChatGPT or any AI of your preference, and tell it to make me a prompt that we will use for the GPT Image 2 model. So I'm going to plug in the image itself, and I'm going to explain that we need the before image basically and the prompt to generate that. Okay, it has the picture, and I told it I want to make a prompt for the latest GPT Image 2 model to edit this after picture of the hardwood floors to be the before image of old carpet. Let's see what it comes up with. What I like about Claude is that it usually asks me questions about how I want the output to actually be, so it gives me like 3 to 4 questions to refine the output. So I'm going to go over these points right now. It asked me about the style of the carpet that I want or how old and worn out do I want it to look like. I just told it to do the usual, plain beige and slightly worn, so it looked like it has been there for a while. Alright, so I'm going to copy this prompt and then take it to fal.ai in the prompt section here. And then in the image, I will add the actual hardwood flooring image that I just showed you. So with fal.ai, when you're using models, it will show you all the different formatting options that it offers. So for example, because this is an image, you can change the image size, whether you want it to be a portrait or a landscape, the number of images you want to generate, and the output format, so on and so forth. I'm going to keep everything the default just for the example's sake. An idea I can give you as well, whenever you're playing around with the fal.ai, you can keep everything at the lowest quality if you're testing different concepts. And then whenever you're happy with something, you can convert it back to the highest quality so you can actually use it. So I'm just gonna run this right now and see what it comes up with, and we'll come back to it when it's done. While that's running, another idea I can give you, for example, let's say this bathroom flooring, you can see the tub is white. For whatever reason you want to change the tub color or the wall colors or all of that, you can do the same thing with the AI models and tell it exactly like, I want to change the color of this, I want to change the shape of this. Let's actually see how that would look like. Let's say we want to change the color of the tub to black. Let's now check on the image that we wanted to generate. Boom, we have the same image that we uploaded now to be carpet. Now I'm going to download it so you can see that this is the exact same image, it's just changed the carpet. So here's the before, here's the after. Exact same image. Now that this is done, let's try changing the top color to black. So back to Claude, same process. I gave it the image and the prompt that I want to make, change the color of this bathtub to be dark, asked me a couple of questions, and now it gave me this prompt. Here it is. We now have a matte black tub instead of the white one. As you can see, it didn't change anything else. It kept the walls white, the towel is the same color, the plant is there, yeah, and even the floors are the same. Now let's go back to Claude for a second to do the next step. We have now the assets. We have the before image and the after image. What we want to do now is to make the actual creative. So first, we're going to make an example offer that we're going to be using on the creative, the kind of copies that we will put on the ad creative, and tell AI to put this copy on the image accordingly to make it look like a professional ad. So I gave it the 2 images and I told it I want to turn this into an ad. First, we need an offer to use. So we're just going to take a simple free quote offer that will give me. And then I told it to give me a headline and other elements I can put on the ad creative, such as maybe the reviews. So we can turn this into high quality ad. Let's see what this comes up with. All right, this is also interesting. So it asked me these 5 questions. The first question is the local area that we're targeting. For this example, I'm just going to go with California, USA. It asked me about the placement of this ad. For now, we're just going to go with the default meta feed. It asked me about the branding. I just told it this is an example client. Any specific angle you want to lead with. So this is whether you want to make this ad to be a problem-aware ad or a solution-aware ad. That's completely up to you, whether you have this already ready or you want to just build something with AI from scratch. You can do that. And then lastly, it asked me if I want the copy for the captions as well, not just the ad itself. But because this example, we're just going over the creatives, I'm not going to need that. Let's see what it came up with. All right, it asked me a couple more questions. Bro, I absolutely love Claude. It just gives you all the help you need to make the output exactly how you want it. For the example name, I gave it just Flooring Inc. And for the specific area in California, I just went with the Bay Area for now. So let's see if that's all it needs to make this Was it the prompt or yeah? So the creatives, the copy. All right, so it gave me the offer, the headline, the sub-headline, all this good stuff. I'm going to be taking all of this and then taking it to another chat. And here I'm going to ask for another prompt that we're going to plug it into the GPT image tool model and give it the two images of the before and after to make the actual creative itself, because now it has the headlines, the copy that I was going to be using, and then from there, we can see how the ad will actually look like. I plugged in the output that we got from the last chat. I'm going to actually, because I noticed here, there's the CTA button text and the footer tag, I'm not going to actually use these. I just want the headline. It can play around with the subheadline and all the other stuff. Let's see what it comes up with. Has the offer as the anchor element. And I told it I want a prompt for the GPT image 2 model to make a high quality meta feed before and after ad with these details. So it seems like it asked me more questions because I didn't show it the before and after images that I already have, but very straightforward. So text placement format. We can adjust all that on the fal.ai itself as I showed you before. Let's see if it came up with more questions. All right, these questions actually make sense. So in terms of the color preferences, I told it I want the light theme. We don't have a logo for this example client, so no logo. And then it told me, do you want the before and after to be like top bottom split or left right? I told it left right, this is the usual format. And then for the offer placement, I told it I want the headline to be at the top and the offer could be like a button style strip at the bottom. And then because we mentioned since year in the copy when we showed it here, trusted by Bay Area homeowners since year, I told it to just have 1990. See, now it gave us a detailed prompt that we can use on fal.ai with the GPT image 2 model. Let's see how this turns out. After you get familiar with this process, there's even a way to automate this even more. So if you'd like to see a video on that, let me know in the comments. I'll definitely make a video on that using Claude sub-agents to make an automated process of this AI ad creation. And right after I run this, I'm going to show you the usage cost, the credits that this AI used to generate these images. All right, I think we have everything we need. So let's just run this and see what it comes up with. While this is running, I just want to ask you to hit the subscribe button if you're finding this video useful so far. I help local business owners get the most out of their Facebook ads with all these tips and tricks on the new updates and models that are coming out. So if that's interesting and something that you're looking forward to see more of, hit the subscribe button and you will start seeing my content pop out more and more, and it will help the channel, so it will be greatly appreciated. Just in time, it generated the picture. Let's take a look at this. Your carpet is hiding a better floor. Bay Area homeowners are upgrading to hardwood in 1 to 3 days. This is the before image. This is the after. The offer itself, get your free hardwood quote today. This is honestly a really well put together ad. You have everything you need. So you have the headline, you have the local area that you're calling out as well. Upgrading to hardwood in 1 to 3 days. This shows as well how long this takes. Before and after itself that we just generated with AI, and the free hardwood quote offer. Now, keep in mind, there is zero branding, very minimal prompting. Just want to imagine if you have everything in place and you're just pumping out these high quality image ads. Once you get familiar, or you want to have someone in the team to get familiar with this whole AI stuff, they can test different concepts. This same ad, for example, you can change the headlines, you can change the offers, and reuse the same ad. Now, as I said, I wanted to show you the cost of everything that we ran today. $0.27. We generated the before image, we made that example of the black tub, and we made the ad itself at the end. So now you see how this is really cost efficient, very time efficient as well, very straightforward, and we only used basically two tools. We used Claude, and we used fal.ai. Whether you use ChatGPT, Gemini, or any other cool AI model, this works the same. All right, we talked about images, now let's talk real quick about video. So I'm going to go into the Explorer once again. You're going to look for image to video, and you can take any of these other AIs if you're familiar with, but for this video, I'm going to go with Kling Video. I'm going to go back to the same Claude chat that we made the image ad with. I'm going to tell it to basically make a prompt for the Kling video model and make the same before and after images to be a video. If you want to reference the exact model, you can easily just copy the model's name from here. Now I want to prompt for the Kling video model that creates a short video showing the transformation between these two images. Now, usually when it comes to video AI models, there's a lot of panning and zooming that is added for no reason. But for this particular creative, I don't want any of that. So I told it I don't want any camera pan, zoom, or any movement. I want the camera to stay in the exact same position. Let's see what this comes up with. Ask me about the transition style and the duration. I kind of want to see it do a cool transformation animation, see what it comes up with by itself. And for the duration, I think 7 seconds feels right. So let's run that and see if it gives me the prompt. All right, let's first click on the reset button because there's all these different options that we'll not need. We just need the start image and the end image. All right, we have both images, the before and after, and I'm going to plug in the prompt. So we'll wait for that to finish. I want to show you if you want something other than before and after, you want more ideas to what kind of creatives that you want to try. You can go to the ads library and look at what other businesses are doing. You can even look at other flooring businesses specifically to see what kind of ads that they're trying out. So here, United States, all ads, let's just write flooring and see what we find. For example, this business is showing off tile samples. What you can do is you can do the same thing. I mean, you can even tell AI from scratch to generate you the samples in itself. You can use the picture by itself, or you can add the headline and offer as we did with the image ad that we just generated. So I think the video is ready. Let's take a look at how it looks like. Very nice. I mean, again, play around with different transition styles. You can even tell it to add the headline on the offer on the video itself. And that's a ready ad for you. This is just the default quality. I'm going to show you the full ad. It even added some audio, so take a listen to this. Insane. There are just endless possibilities with this. But I think I went over everything in this video. So I went over the usage, the possibilities of the image models, the video models, what tools you're going to be using, so Fal.ai, Claude, or any other AI model of your preference. So again, I do understand if a production team seems like an overwhelming step and might be costly at the moment, but you don't need to go straight into that. So you can dabble into the AI stuff, as we've seen recently in recent times. It's been all over the place. It's very cost efficient, as I showed you with the usage and the credit that it actually used. There's so many different models that you can play around with from what I showed you in Fal.ai Explore. It's very easy to use and the ideas are abundant. If you've seen anything throughout the video that you want me to take a deeper dive into, let me know in the comments and I'll make sure to make a video on it. And if you're a local business yourself and you want us to look at your current setup and make a full audit around it, there's a link in the description to book a free strategy call. You'll be speaking with me directly. But other than that, that's it for this video and I'll see you in the next one.